that feeling when the day is full, but somehow you're not really getting anywhere? You've ticked the boxes, you've answered the messages, you've squeezed work into every gap, and still feel scattered. So many of us live that way. We've been told that if we stay busy enough, long enough, success will eventually show up. But here's the truth I wish someone had told me years ago. That constant busyness can quietly kill your ability to create the life you want. From the time we were kids, we got gold stars for output, grades, achievements. Look how much you've done. Somewhere along the way, that became our measure of worth. Now we scroll through social media and see people crushing it before dawn, scaling businesses from beach resorts, living perfectly curated lives. But what we don't see is the burnout behind those posts. Our subconscious just whispers, keep going or get left behind. For conscious reality creators, people deliberately shaping life with intention and energy, this belief is especially damaging. Manifestation doesn't respond to how hard you push. It responds to who you are being while you act. When you're operating from fear of failing or falling behind or from the pressure to prove yourself, you're broadcasting scarcity. And scarcity doesn't call in abundance, it calls in more struggle. That's also what happens in your body when you stay in hustle mode. Your nervous system sits in fight or flight. Creativity and intuition, the very things you rely on to create something new, go quiet when the body feels unsafe or rushed. Over time, the well of ideas dried up. You're left forcing things that used to feel inspired. And even for on the energy side, the research is clear. After a few solid hours of deep focus, our brains slow down. Errors rise, decision fatigue creeps in, creativity tanks. Trying to manifest while running on fumes is like planting seeds in soil that's already been stripped bare. But there's good news. Once you can see this, you can step off the treadmill. You can stop treating busyness like a badge of honor and start building a rhythm in your life that actually supports creation.
Let's talk about why this hustle culture doesn't work. Not just in theory, but in practice. First, our brains have limits. After 4 to 6 hours of true focused work, performance drops. We think more hours will equal more success, but really it's just more fatigue and worse decisions. Second, our attention is under attack. Every notification, every ping, every quick message drags you out of flow. Science says it can take minutes to get back to deep focus after a single small distraction. Stat dozens of those interruptions, and no wonder we feel scattered. For everyone trying to stay tuned to intuition or hold a high vibration, that level of noise is brutal. And then there's the emotional piece. Fear. Hustle often comes from scarcity. The worry that if you stop, you'll fall behind or you won't be enough. That energy flavors everything you do. Instead of drawing in aligned opportunities, you pull in more of what keeps you overworked and undervalued. So what do we do instead? Start simple. Reclaim your attention. Turn off non-essential notifications. Decide when you'll check messages and stick to it. Keep your phone out of reach when you're doing your most important work. These are small moves, but they make space, and space is where inspiration lives. And check your motives before big action. Ask yourself, am I doing this to prove something or because it genuinely feels aligned? Aligned action feels calm, steady, even if it's bold. Fear-driven action feels frantic and heavy. The universe responds to the energy behind your doing, not just the doing itself.
Once you've seen the trap, the next move is to give yourself some breathing room. That starts with how you design your day. Protect your mornings. Try not to wake up and instantly scroll or check your email. Instead, choose something that sets your energy. A few quiet minutes of journaling, a short meditation perhaps, or simply sitting with a coffee while thinking about how you want to feel. Those 5 minutes shape everything that follows. Simplify your workspace. Close the tabs you're not using. Silence desktop alerts. Keep the area clear enough that your brain isn't processing clutter. It really isn't about perfection. It's about signaling to yourself that creation matters more than the distraction. And start noticing the difference between inspired action and dear action. Inspired action might still be challenging, but it has a sense of inner yes. Dear action feels pressured, rushed, like you're chasing instead of choosing. Catching this difference helps you work with the right fuel. And remember, multitasking leaks energy. Every time you split your focus, you dilute the power defines what you're doing. Staying with one thing at a time sends a much cleaner and stronger signal.
Structure can sound restrictive, but done well is freedom. It gives your creativity a safe container. Try time blocking. Figure out when you're naturally sharp. Maybe it's early morning, maybe it's mid-afternoon, and reserve those hours for your highest value work. Protect them from meetings, casual chats, and endless emails. Batch the small stuff. Instead of letting admin tasks pop up all day, group them: one block for email, one for planning, one for routine chores. It saves your brain from constantly switching gears. And create small rituals to start and end deep work. Do a minute of breathing before you begin. End by noting that what you accomplish and what matters tomorrow. These cues train your brain to shift into focus and let go when done. Use tools if they help with website blockers, such as do not disturb modes, even keeping your phone in another room. These aren't about control, they're about protecting the part of you that creates the best in quiet.
Humans are not designed to run flat out all the time. Pay attention to your own energy pattern. When do you feel the sharpest and most imaginative? Guard those times for the work that really matters. When do you naturally slump? Use those times for easy admin, or better still, take a rest or a nap. And rest means actually restoration. Scrolling or busy errands won't refill you. Real rest might be a walk, music, meditation, daydreaming, or simply sitting quietly. And honor that. Build in sacred pauses. 5 minutes between meetings just to breathe. A midday walk without your phone, an afternoon tea break with no multitasking. These small resets calm your nervous system and often spark insight that hustle never will. And larger pauses help too. A half day offline, a weekend retreat, even just an afternoon away from screens. Inspiration often arrives when you finally stop forcing it.
None of this lasts without boundaries. The world will take as much of your time and energy as you let it. Set outer boundaries. Decide when you work and let people know. Use an auto reply to explain when you'll respond to messages. Turn off alerts that are not truly needed. Treat your creative hours as untouchable. Then set inner boundaries. Curate what you consume. Social media can quietly pull you back into proving mode with highlight reels of success. Follow accounts that inspire and meet those that trigger comparison. Try screen-free mornings or evenings to give your mind a break. Rituals help here too. Begin the day by choosing how you want to feel before you face the outside world. End the day by noting a win and tomorrow's top 3 tasks so your brain can rest. Create a personal reset space, maybe a chair, a playlist, a breathing exercise that brings you back to calm whenever you're pulled off center. These boundaries aren't selfish. They protect the clarity and vibration that conscious creation needs.
With focus, rhythm, and boundaries in place, you can create what I call sacred time, space just for vision and inspiration. Sacred time is an indulgence, it's actually the engine of conscious creation. It might look like quiet mornings before screens, journaling, creative play with no pressure, or walking while imagining possibilities. The key is presence. You're not producing for approval, you're listening, dreaming, aliving, and the payoff is huge. 2 hours of fully present, aligned work often outperforms an entire distracted day. You make clearer decisions, you stop saying yes to draining obligations, and you attract opportunities that actually fit you. Sacred time renews and clarifies. It's where the next chapter of your life gets written before you take a single external step.
The last piece is making this your normal. You'll still have busy days, we all do, but now you'll catch yourself sooner. You'll know how to set back, reset, and return to alignment. Living this way changes both your results and your influence. You show that success doesn't have to mean exhaustion, that ambition and well-being can coexist. Other creators notice. You become a quiet example that presence can be powerful. Integration isn't about perfection. It's about returning to center over and over until it's second nature. Each time you reclaim attention, respect your rhythms, hold a boundary, or create a sacred time, you reinforce new pattern. Remember, your life isn't a checklist. Your worth was never tied to output. Your kind is sacred. Honor it. Protect it. Use it to create with clarity and with calm power. That's the path of the conscious reality creator. Less frantic doing, more deliberate being, and inspired action. And it's the surest way out of the productivity trap.
If today's conversation helped you step out of the productivity trap and back into your creative power, I'd love for you to stay connected. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with anyone who's ready to build a life that's aligned rather than overworked. And if you want to know when new talks go live, click the bell icon so you're notified right away. And until next time, think differently, dream boldly, and create comfortably.